Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, the Eaton Squad. My name is Addie. So for today's video, let's talk about items that you are allowed to bring to the Philippines and those items that are not allowed to bring to the Philippines. Especially Filipinos, they love to bring pasalubong to the Philippines. So let's take up these items that are usually brought by travelers to the Philippines. Are they allowed or not? Let's find out. Details coming right up. So I actually get this question a lot, that what are the items that are not allowed to bring to the Philippines and how much you can only bring to the Philippines. I have been uploading short videos of this, so here's the full video. We are going to talk about specific items that are usually brought to the Philippines by travelers, not just by Filipinos, but for foreign nationals. Before, when my husband is getting ready to fly back to the Philippines, I would have a list for him to go to Walmart and buy this items for me to bring to the Philippines. So what are the items that are allowed, and are there items that are not really allowed to bring to the Philippines? We have specifics. If you guys can add more to the items that I will be mentioning in this video, then we will do a part 2 of this video. But for now, let's take up chocolates. That's common. Travelers to the Philippines always brings chocolates as pasalubong. Even me, that's part of my list for my husband when he flies back to the Philippines before. In every airline, they have baggage allowance. Mostly for international flights, they have 2 free check-in bags that weighs 50 pounds each. Usually, airlines doesn't badge about it, doesn't badge on the items that you bring for as long as it's within the weight limit. Or if you are over the limit and willing to pay for that extra baggage, that's completely up to you. But here's the thing. If you guys are bringing 5 bags of chocolate, 10 bags of chocolate, they probably will not care. But if you are bringing a box of chocolates to the Philippines, that could actually be checked. So I hope you guys get the logic on that. If it's just a few quantity, no problem. But if, like I said, if you are bringing items that it's like you are putting up a new store, when you get to the Philippines, that is when they will start checking. So just make sure to keep it within reasonable amount. For chocolates, make sure to bag them up in a Ziploc bag because chocolates tends to melt in hot weather, and you know where your luggage are going. It's going under the plane, it's going under the cargo, and it's hot in there. So put them in a Ziploc bag, seal them properly just in case they melt. They are in the bag and it's not spilling all over your luggage bag. So that's for chocolate. So the second item that I'm going to show you guys are colognes, perfumes, of course, Victoria's Secret, Body and Bath. So that one too, because you guys, especially when you are coming to the Philippines close to Christmas time, you want to bring some pasalubong or gifts for your family. And like I've said with chocolates earlier, if you are bringing 100 bottles of Victoria's Secret or 100 bottles of uh, Body and Bath, so that would really raise a red flag because they would think that you are selling it, you know. But if you can defend it that, hey, I have a big family, I have to have this much bottles of perfume to give them. But most of the time, they will not allow that. Like I said, if it's 10, if it's 15, even if it's 20, I think I have tried bringing 20 bottles of Victoria's Secret before in the Philippines, but this is way, way, way back. The rules might have changed these days, so you really need to check with the airline you are flying with when it comes to items that they allow on your check-in bags. But please, when you bring something like that. We bring cologne, you bring perfumes. It is always safe to follow a certain cap of what you can only bring to the Philippines. They don't say that, hey, you can only bring 10, hey, you can only bring 5. They have that in different items, which we are going to be talking about in this video. But with colognes, I don't really see them checking it if you're only bringing 5, 10, or 20. But if you are bringing a large amount of this item, it could really raise a red flag. So be very careful what you guys pack, even though it's for a good cause, even though it's for your family and friends. But sometimes, if it's too much, they don't allow it. So the third item is clothes or shoes. This one, I think you can get away with it. You can probably fill up your 2 check-in bag, 50 pounds each, with clothes and shoes. Because, hey, you need clothes when you go to the Philippines. And for as much as you bring clothes and shoes to the Philippines, it may not raise a red flag, but still be very careful of what you bring. What I can suggest, especially if you guys bring shoes to the Philippines, remove them from their boxes, because boxes takes up a lot of space in your check-in bag. If you really want to bring the box, you can fold the box and include it on your check-in bag. But to be able for you guys to save space, if you guys are bringing 10 pairs of shoes, 15 pairs of shoes. I think my husband brought 65 pairs of sandals and shoes to the Philippines one time. And he was allowed. He just told the officer that my wife has got lots of cousins, aunts. She's got a big family, so everybody has to have slippers and shoes. And he got away with it. But with that amount of slippers and shoes, that could raise a red flag also. So be very careful. And like I said, remove them from their box. Then fold the box if you really want the box to go with it. That way you can put more shoes in your check-in bag. Another item on the list is wine. So you can actually bring wine to the Philippines. But as far as I know, you can bring 2 bottles. That's the allowed quantity for wine. If one of you was able to bring more than 2 bottles of wine, please comment down below. How did you guys get away with it? Or did you pay extra for the extra bottle? What I can suggest for wine is wrap them in a towel and buy a big Ziploc bag and put it in there just in case of breakage. It's not spilling all over your clothes in your check-in bag. So that's for wine. 2 bottles are allowed. That's free. You don't need to pay anything for it. But like I said, if some of you was able to bring more than the allowed quantity of wine, then please share how did you guys do it and how did you guys get away with it. So we have more items to discuss. I cannot put this all in one video because it's going to be too long. We are going to have part 2 of these items that are allowed and not allowed to bring to the Philippines. We still have electronics, we still have medicines, we still have pills. If you guys can suggest items that you guys bring to the Philippines, please feel free. If you guys bring cigarettes and stuff, you bring canned goods to the Philippines, we are going to specifically discuss those items in part 2 of this video.